G'day guys, welcome back to Mango Invests. In this video we're going to show you all the dividends I make with BHP every single year. If you don't know who BHP is, they're a large mining company within Australia and they do large exports out to various different countries within the world of copper, iron ore, aluminium, zinc, etc. So if it's your first time tuning into the channel, I'm a dividend investor and I'll literally show you everything within my portfolio with no secrets. I show you in a transparent sort of way. We talk about the companies that I own and why I own them. So if you enjoy this kind of content, make sure you subscribe and hit the thumbs up. It really helps out the channel. So before we start, we'll just do a quick portfolio update. So in the last 2 weeks, I was up to around $276,000. We're now back down $4,000. Total profit sitting at $30,600, which is 12.68%. The last video I made was sitting at $2,300 cash. We're now up to $2,600. Just with, looms of recession in the market within the last, six months or so. The plan is through the next 6 months to a year, I'm just going to hold a little bit more cash. So all the deposits I make, all the dividends that I make, I'm just going to keep it in the buying power, keep it in the cash area at the moment, and then if an opportunity does arise, such like a slight correction or a market crash, I've now actually got a little bit of money to get stocks at a cheaper price. But we'll look straight into BHP within the portfolio now. So I'll just show you a quick little 3-year history. We generally have in the last 2 years a top of $70 and a low of $46. So anywhere, if you can buy within anything less than $50 per share, you're looking pretty good. At the moment, it's got a 9.70% dividend yield. Now, just remember, when the stock price rises, the dividend yield goes down, and vice versa. But so far, at the moment, I've got 279 shares at an average price of $46. So like I was saying before, I was fairly lucky to get in early at a price of $46 per share. So that makes a total equity of $18,000 and the total profit is $5,500, which is 42% of the portfolio. So that's quickly my position within BHP. I don't plan to buy any more shares yet because it's sitting at around 67, what's the price now? Yeah, $66 per share. So once that stock price goes below 50, that's when I'll be deploying the cash that I have there to get that at a cheaper price. But let's just quickly look at Seeking Alpha. This is a really good website to see the dividend growth, the dividend history. So we'll click to dividend history. Now, let's just start back at 2019. Now, they actually paid 3 times a year. Now, BHP usually pay dividends twice per year. So it's every March and every September. For 2019, they paid 3 times per year for some reason. But as you can see here, so from 2019, they paid, just over $1 per share. Same with 2020, but then they've now increased it in 2021. So the first payment they did was $2 per share, and then they upped it in September to $4 per share. And then so last year, 2022, in March they paid $3 per share, and then in September $3.50 per share, which is pretty good. You can see the growth there. But as you can see here, it's fairly inconsistent. So there's 2019, they paid $1.82, 0.998, and then $1.39. Okay, and then they've increased, they've decreased it in January of 2020, and they've decreased it again in 2020, largely because of probably the pandemic and the stoppage of exports within the countries there. But then again, over the last year and a half, you can actually start to see them growing their dividend again, which is what we want to see. All right, so they've been consecutively paying a dividend for 13 years. However, they're not necessarily growing that dividend every single year because there is a little bit of fluctuations within the dividend that they pay. But now let's look over to track your dividends and how much I'm forecasted to have. Because I think they're going to pay me in, so in March, so the 22nd of March. So here you can see they're scheduled to pay me $908. And then that's the the per share amount there, $3.25. As you can see there, it's upcoming, so they haven't announced their dividend yet. So with a dividend stock, you've got an ex-dividend date, a record date, and then a payout date. So I believe the ex-dividend date for this one is the 24th of February. So we've got, at the recording of this video, we've got 5 to 6 days before they announce their dividend. So before that ex-dividend date, that's then your time to actually put money in. Anytime after the ex-dividend date, you simply won't get paid out for that time period. So I don't think I'll be adding anything, between now and that 5 days. I'm happy with the $908 that I'll be getting paid. But because they haven't announced it yet, it may actually be slightly lower or even a little bit higher than that $3.25 per share. All right. So we'll go over to, what we'll do is click on the transaction history. So this is dating back to the 30th of March, 2022. So they've paid me $796 just for that one payment. Now, at the time, I had 265 shares within the company, and then the amount per share that they paid me was $3. All right, so I was pretty happy when I received that payment. And then again, I straight away with that money just deployed it back into BHP, so I had even more shares. So that was 30th of March of 2022. Let's scroll up to the next payment, which was the 26th of September last year. So we've gone from $700 odd to 952. So I've slightly increased the shares, so we're up to 273 shares. But again, the amount per share is now $3.49. So that's an extra 50 cents per share, which when you have that amount of shares accumulates to a fair amount of money. But yeah, so pretty keen to see the payment of BHP and see if it is a little bit more than $3.50 per share. I really want to break that $1,000 barrier. Imagine getting paid $1,000 from BHP twice a year. So that'd be bloody awesome. But we'll go back to track your dividends and see every month of what we're on track to earn. So February, we're looking at $728. And then the next one for March, because of BHP, we're on track to get $1,852, which is bloody insane. Now, this is all American currency, remember? So, when you translate, 1,800 of US currency to Australian dollars, that's what, like 2,400 roughly. So pretty happy with that. So yeah, that concludes BHP and all the shares that all the dividends that I own or earn with BHP. If you did enjoy the content, make sure you subscribe and hit the thumbs up button. I'm intending to bring out more videos of these. A couple of companies that we've got next up is QYLD, SBHD, and then AGNC. So if you're keen to see that content, subscribe, and I'll catch you next time.